care when I hear my groove.
Oh, damn it, I fucked up.
Eric, son of a gun. That was the most dramatic countdown we've ever had at the beginning of the show. It was very professional. It's like Wayne's World.
5, 4.
Guys, you're nodding. Someone was trying to tell me the other day that wasn't a funny movie, and I was like,
I don't even know if we're on right now. Are we doing this right now? Is it actually?
we're on.
Oh, the podcast is on. Okay, officially
The people
started.
are entertained.
Right.
Everyone's settling into their chairs. The families are gathering around the fireplace, just like when the old FDR used to sit around and tell dick
Fireside
jokes.
chats.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty, on my left.
At Mitchell Verzi, at Verzi Triplets on all platforms. That's all I got.
Alrighty, on my far left.
On this further left, Luke Allen at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram, live from the 405 podcast.
Alrighty. Me, I have a bunch of shows coming up. March 4th coming up. Hard Lemonade. I'm going to be doing Hard Lemonade.
Nice.
Check it out. That show is going to be at the Roosevelt Hotel. Follow me on ericroachcomedy.com.
What day?
That's why I said follow me. I don't have my phone with me right now. I'll get you all
Eric,
the
that's
dates.
so
I think
unprofessional.
it's a Friday.
Stop, you
I want to
cocksucker.
know.
I believe it's a Friday.
Yeah, it is. It's the first Friday.
It's a Friday. You can even speed on the
What
highway.
is it?
It's a Friday.
Yeah,
March 4th.
You don't pull out your phone.
Oh,
and
it's in
not
March,
fucking
good.
tell me. Yeah.
Okay.
I told you. It's a
right.
Friday.
Friday the 4th, right?
Don't have him say Friday, March 4th without putting a plastic tarp over
All right,
it.
there you go. Friday.
Wait till it's Saturday.
Friday, March 4th, we're doing a Hard Lemonade. That's going to be at the Roosevelt Hotel Theater. That's
exciting.
Wow.
It's going to be fucking awesome. I think Prince played there. So
I might have,
Yeah,
I think
I-
somebody blew him in the bathroom.
Try to contain your excitement.
Oh, I love Prince. Don't even try to stop me.
Oh,
But yeah, and there's more shows coming up, so check it out. Also on March 2nd, I believe I'm gonna be at Nightcap. Anyways, lots of shit coming up. But my guest today, our guest, if we will, please welcome the one and only Mr. Cam the Ram, the Mothman himself, Cameron Moffid, everybody.
Thank you.
Alrighty, buddy. Go ahead, plug your stuff.
Simple. On Instagram, it's at Cameron Scorpio. Follow me. I could use the followers. That's what I can tell you. That's pretty much it. Cameron Moffid comedy on YouTube.
You'll see lots of great pictures I take of him while he's on stage. You're very photogenic. You're a fun guy to take pictures of.
Oh, really?
by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Especially when you know I'm going to take pictures. You gesticulate extra broadly. It's great. But you know you're because you're animated. You're easy to take. You and Spence are like my favorite people to take pictures
And
of.
then I always have this freaking weird looks on my face. I'm making.
Yeah. You're just.
Which I don't even notice until I see the pictures. I go, do I make those fucking faces? I guess I do.
Very animated.
You're lively. Yeah, it's better. Some people just like stand there and they suck.
I just nodded like Mrs. Claus. I was like, you sure do.
I make those faces. I'm just.
Where's my cookies?
When I'm
Again.
disgusted. Yeah.
There was 2 pounds of them here, Mrs. Claus. Shave that goatee, I told you. That's Mr. Claus. He was German. Sorry, Claus. Go ahead, piss on me.
That would be hair claws to you. Hair claws.
Yeah.
Shit.
Come out of the closet.
Hair claws.
And the first fat joke and the
I'm
first gay
sorry.
joke have been thrown out.
I mean,
That's like throwing out the first pitch on this show.
Yeah, record time. Welcome, Cam. This is.
Oh,
we
thank
basically
you.
just roast each other and then we ask the guest questions in between.
Awesome.
It's a
I'm
real
down.
shit show. Somehow people listen to this. I don't know.
So, Cameron, we go back a ways, man.
Yeah.
When did
like-
we first meet?
It's probably been about. I remember seeing Luke the first time, probably and you guys, probably at the North Wall about 5 years ago, maybe 2017. I want to say.
I think it was like right when the Fourth Wall started.
When did you have a little like a 70s porn mustache?
That
what-
was 17.
There you go. 2007.
September. Some
Yikes.
He remembers the day today, September 10th. Oh,
I remember that. Yeah.
that day. Yeah.
Everyone hated that. I look at old pictures of it. I'm like, it looked kind of cool.
I don't remember you with a stash.
That was right before I had
I
glasses.
remember that. Yeah.
That was the last. Yeah, that was before.
He
my-
swapped a
You wouldn't
porn
have a guy
mustache
with
for
glasses
glasses.
on, would
So yeah,
you?
It was
2017.
kind of cool. It was like a big Burl Hurley from fucking over the top fucking thing. You ain't got a pair of Vegas.
You're right. It was kind of cool.
It was borderline like Sabotage, Beastie Boys video.
Yeah.
It was
I do.
Sabotage.
I do remember that stash. It was
Yeah.
not a good look for you.
Yeah, no,
I think it's
liked
better
it.
without it.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
it was silly.
It was different. It kind of gave you some character.
That's it.
Not the kind you want, but it gave it to you.
See, that
I
said I had
hardly-
character.
He said you are a character. I hardly remember it. I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
it was
I
quick.
hardly
It was
remember.
short lived.
It must not have been that big.
No, it was like it went all the way down. It was like a fucking.
Okay.
He grew
that
a full
was-
mustache,
that was
though. He
when
grew
you
a
looked
nice
like
mustache.
That one guy from fucking Blade Runner.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Wake up, time to die.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Leon.
Yeah, so
Yeah, 5 years.
you would come to us with like a Schoonerville too, right? When we would do that,
A couple times you
do
and
that
Dunham.
mic.
Yeah, we.
God, I was thinking about that.
We
mic
rolled
a lot.
together. Yeah.
That's such a good mic.
I love that fucking mic.
We owned that place. That was our fucking spot. We rolled.
Till the alt comedy scene got in there and kind of ruined it.
Even then, I don't think they ruined it. They would try, but we would fuck them up.
Yeah.
They couldn't hang. Like they didn't know how to tell jokes.
Well,
Yeah.
once the 8 minutes and like a very supportive group,
Yeah.
like once people found out about that, it was like literally all the one man shows came through there and just kind of.
I don't remember that. There was an
I don't
element of
remember
that.
that either.
You sure talking about the same
dude,
fucking place?
Later, yeah, it got later, and like when we first got there, yeah, it was great, and then like later on, as it kept going, it was.
It's interesting though. All the mics,
Peter
you do this
Yan.
shit long enough, like as long as I have, man, son, it's John Daniels to me. No, but as long as you have, it's like if mics have like a life of their own. Like they kind of take off, go hit a peak, and all of a sudden they start crashing down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you do a lot. Like, you can go back to the last 10 years in LA and go like this mic, that mic. You know, they had their heyday, and I was just on.
Yeah. I always have that at the Hollywood comedy mic. Anytime it's run like shit, and I'm like, don't turn this place into Vicky's. And I'll be like,
Yeah.
well, I take Melrose all the way down from fucking from like Crescent Heights all the way here, and I just go past the open mic graveyard of like 17 fucking mics that like
Yeah.
lived and died. But that was like right before the pandemic. Like that fucking little spot right there at
Right.
Melrose and Fair. There was like, dude, you could plan a whole night and like you could park and do like 3 fucking mics across 3 hours and
Yeah.
like not even have to move your. It was awesome.
Even
guy-
shows on clubs, they have like the low peak, and they have audience members that are fun, and all of a sudden they just go to shit.
Yeah.
Even like clubs that come and go.
They got all
Yeah.
gone. Natural, otherwise. All except Joe Menente because he always made money for his partners.
It's true too. Jesus.
He was
One by one, our old mics are gone.
And audience, how mad was Joe Menente?
Oh, that was that epic freak out the first 20 minutes.
I got
was
a
great.
lot of fucking feedback on that episode. People were big fans of it.
He went off. Yeah, Joe unleashed
He was
the.
pretty
He's tightly
fucking
wound, literally and figuratively.
Yes, he is.
yes,
He
he's
is just like a fucking. You can bounce a quarter off that fucking guy, any part of his body. Just this. He has no time for fat or any like disfigurements.
fat or fun.
Yes, every bit of Joe is efficiency.
Yeah.
He should have been a drill instructor.
I feel like he sleeps like those cone heads when it's just
Yeah,
standing up.
yeah.
Or upside down like a bat. Could see that too.
I think moments of his life he has fun, but I think it's very few. And like if you tell him when was the last time he had fun, he was like, like 2021. Like at some point, 1 month he had fun. Well, one day,
He
one
doesn't
month.
go to concerts. That's
Yeah.
the most shocking thing to me. He's such a
He's-
fucking music guy. I'm like, you
yeah,
don't go to
he's-
shows. I hate live shows
No.
and I hate concerts. I'm like, you and Lieutenant Weinberg. Like, how do
No,
you not-
I
That's him.
and I like that. It's good that you like music and live music is it's a good thing to support. I
Yeah.
can't, it's and I understand it's got its place definitely. He's like always diplomatic.
Yeah.
like he'll walk it back, but as he's walking it back, there's something off.
He's like buttons popping off
Exactly.
his shirt.
So it's like shit. He's
Dude,
like,
you're right,
headphones
though.
just rising off his head.
he's like cleaning a gun or assembling it like Frank Slade, and he's like,
Time
I felt
me.
like 45.
You just made me realize something though. He's so tightly wound. If you give that guy $10 million right now, he'd be the exact same fucking guy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just tight
That's a good
wound,
point.
no
You're right.
fun.
Yeah.
Like think about it. What would Joe do for fun? Nothing. Like he'd just be like, oh, God damn it, explosion! Like fuck. So,
I think he goes fishing and shit, right? Doesn't
he
know
does
his
go
brother?
fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He has like
maybe he's
fishing
different.
trips.
That's the only time he enjoys life. I think.
He just screams and the fish jump out of the water and tear and he grabs one.
Explosion.
Yeah.
He screams
Dynamite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just makes this big fucking tidal wave. Oh my God, how terrible. We're Eric and I had quite a drinking adventure before this. I missed 2 of my spots. I think we met at like 3 o'clock. It's now 9. And we just had a 6-hour goddamn. But like we were sitting in that bar for like an hour and I've never seen it, but on the TV in the background was the fucking Aquaman movie with the, what's his name? With the fucking
Jason
Momoa.
Mimosa.
It was, I mean, every time I looked at the screen, it looked like the worst fucking movie ever made. I'm like, DC fucking comics stink. Their movies are abysmal unless it's Superman or Batman. They're the only fucking 2 characters that work and lend themselves to a movie. That fucking Aquaman looked there was like not one scene for a half hour straight where there was not so obviously everything shot in front of us. Some fucking soulless green screen. There's even a scene where him and her are in a fucking boat. Like a sail, like a rowboat, and it was so obviously green screen. Like you couldn't even put them on a real fucking lake. You could have one shot that was not in a fucking studio at fucking Sony in Culver City. You fucking soulless, uncreative fuckfaces. Go ahead.
We had so many beers, not a fucking peep of this did he say.
Yeah,
We were
he was saving it for the show. Like, I'm going to
were
piss
talking.
off on
It's just-
Aquaman.
Exactly. I was saving it for the show. It was going on in the background. It was.
He's hateful Aquaman.
Can we talk about at that bar what really bothered me? And he would not he wouldn't talk about it. Like, he wouldn't send them back.
All right.
Is he was like,
$10.
He's like, I'm fucking hungry. All right. Didn't want the
I was snacky.
Didn't want the chicken Caesar salad wrap at Rocco's, which he likes.
It's his
It's
go-to.
fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay. Didn't want that, which shout out to Rocco's. And then, which had a bartender that didn't really give a shit about
Yeah,
us.
the guy was just fucking MIA.
He came
not talking
back
about the
and he's
rapper.
like
Well,
literally.
you look like two straight guys. That's why.
I guess.
There you go. So as he's walking, he's like, "You guys need anything?" We're like, "Okay, no."
Yeah.
So then we go to Gym Bar, and I love Gym Bar, but Dopey here orders chicken tenders, and I mean these things looked like they had picked up like the bar had burned down and they picked up the tenders.
They
And
look
were
like
"Here,
chicken,
serve these to
chickens that
dummy."
had walked out of like Chernobyl. Fucking.
It was like
It
it was like Exhibit A
Yeah, it
evidence.
was
Yeah.
so Jim Bar, I love you, but your chicken tenders are fucking shit.
I was telling-
and the bartender didn't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
he didn't care.
Like I looked at him, like I looked at the tenders, and then I looked at him, and he was just there with his fucking '80s porn mustache. And he was like, "So is that it, hon?" And I was like, "How can you fucking like?"
They were abysmal.
You came out
How do
from
you
the
fuck
bar
up
to
chicken tenders?
how do you serve these in confidence to another fucking human being?
Yeah, they were
Like,
fucking bad, dude.
Holy shit! It was, and I
Luke
never
didn't want
bitch
anything
about.
else.
I'm a fat fuck. I'll eat anything, but it's just like, come on, like fucking. He said, he goes, these belong in a fucking ashtray.
Yeah,
But just like, get something else. No.
in the center. There was a thing. Like
Okay, go ahead.
they were only $10. I wasn't starving. I just needed kind of something. So like in a pinch, they'd work. So I was just like whatever about it. If I
You still
paid, like-
ate them?
That's
I
what
did,
I'm
yeah.
saying though. I told him,
Yeah.
I was like, you need to tell them. That
know me,
This
I
is
don't-
yeah, I know.
I'm not an
You're
Molly.
a people pleaser, yet me, Jordan, still wonder who these fucking people
I
are.
was
that
not
you're
afraid.
pleasing.
I just
He's got a weird personality, Cork, though.
Exactly.
May I offer an observation about Luke? As a friend who loves you to some extent. Not too much, but no. No, but Luke's got this weird personality, Cork. We could do something fucking wrong, and you tell him if you did it this way, it'd be better. It'd be like, let me give you an example. Some fucking person who hits himself
Comedy.
with that fucking head with a hammer, and they go, hey, look, if you stop doing that, you stop having headaches. He's like, okay, thanks. And then he just keeps going back and doing it. Like, he will not
sounds-
take any advice. And I know this is the most. Can I
I did switch to a rubber
Yeah,
mallet.
on a
up,
show.
open
After
up.
I told
up.
him that I switched to a rubber
This
mallet.
guy showed me his fucking Tinder one time. He showed me this. Goes, this is my Tinder profile. I go, no wonder you don't get fucking matches. I looked at it. I go, dude, I can help you with this. This right now looks like a fucking loner loser who can't fuck. That's what it looks like. Like,
Well, it's accurate.
no, like it's like a loner who
Tell
can't.
me how you
no,
really feel.
Like a
Jesus
loner.
Like,
No, no.
gun on you?
Like I'm just saying,
I'm not wasting a bullet on you.
from a broad's perspective, like this guy can't really fuck me, right? That's the. But the
Little
fucking
they
thing
know.
is like,
Incel alert or
but
what?
he's a fucking like, dude, he's a fucking muscular guy who's got a fucking Harley Davidson, and then your fucking Tinder profile is like fucking Mr. Furley. I mean, it's hard to fucking
With
explain.
a coat that says
What's
born,
wrong? All right, look
born
at-
to be mild.
Can we see it? Can we
I was
see
gonna
it?
say, look at my
this is
fucking
like
Tinder
this is
here.
2.5 years ago. I don't know what he's done these days.
I don't
but
think it's. They're
Let's
mostly
see.
the same pictures.
I mean,
I don't know why it's that simple.
You got to update the photos. At
And
least.
what happened to
No,
the
no.
pictures I was supposed
So
to
no,
see?
but like I'm like
down on the phone.
you can give him like ideas for pictures or whatever. Like he won't change it. He'll be like, you know what? No, this is fine. This is fine.
We've had this problem
I don't
with
know what
any,
other-
any sort of advice given to Luke.
Oh,
and it's
shut
the
up,
same.
Mr.
Fine,
Confidence.
I'll roll through.
Okay,
I
that's
look
a
like
good
a
one.
sweetie.
But it
This
could
is
be
a wedding photo of Luke, and he's
That's
with
awful.
What's wrong with that?
I like
You
to look like you're
fucking
already
guy.
married.
But no, dude, it's in any
That's a
fucking
good one.
capacity, right?
Right?
Luke
That's
could be
not
fucking.
a good one.
That's not a good
Luke
one.
could be shooting a movie, and then Scorsese walks in and goes, "Hey, Luke, I think this shot would be better." It's like, thanks, Marty," and then he'll go back to the same exact fucking thing he was doing.
You're going the wrong way. Keep going. Yeah.
Because I'm going to explain him. So this is one of Luke at the bar. There's one of Luke just hunched over, looking
well,
at his
it crops.
phone.
It crops the photo weird. That's a problem
Yeah,
too.
But why is this
It's
here?
a more
This
wider.
brings nothing to the table.
Because my
And
hair
hi-
looks good. You could tell I'm
It
not
doesn't look
bald,
good.
and
Hide-
I'm not
it hides your-
hiding my hair in a fucking hat.
It hides
doesn't
your
look good.
calves. Your hair looks good in the first photo too. Okay, now this is Luke smoking a cigar without a shirt on. I don't
Eric
actually.
took that picture of me.
I don't mind this photo
Let
actually.
me see that
I have
one.
a
That was
wallet.
good. I'm like, look at
That's actually one of the decent ones.
Thanks. But then they say they go,
but that's not you. That's Eric's influence.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. That's not him. I knew that.
You should change your age. 42. That's,
I don't like lying, dude. I want
fine,
a girl to fucking date, so I don't want to
It
lie.
doesn't matter when you change your age.
No, chicks will bang older dudes, but they got to be cool.
Okay, here I get what you're saying on this photo. So he has a Harley Davidson jacket.
I'm sitting in the car from fucking Back to the Future, but you can't tell because it crops in on the
But
photo.
if it's a point.
But you don't look like
Tinder
you
sucks.
You don't look like you ride a motorcycle in this photo.
All right, I'll give you that.
You look nerdy in this photo. You look like a guy that got this at a thrift shop.
I am. I had a snake tattoo. Another one.
Okay, and then you got you doing stand up, which is always a just pussy dryer.
This is my fourth picture in. Some chicks like
Fifth.
stand up. I get messages and they go, "You do stand up?"
Like, dude, do chicks watch this show? I don't even
Picture
know.
from here. Look at that. See,
That's here at the house.
Look at this.
with a birthday cake in
But
front.
just put it out to the world right now.
Yeah.
You got a guy. What are you? 6'2"? How tall are you?
Yeah, 6'2".
For real,
should
not
have three in
Tinder.
heels.
The real 6'2", 6'2", muscular dude, has a fucking sports car
Is that
and a
as bad
Harley
as
and a
he's
stand-up
had?
comedy.
They're okay
Should be
pictures.
getting laid left and right.
It's not as bad, but
I
you
don't
have
disagree.
a motorcycle.
All right, one at a time.
You have a Mustang. You
Right.
should be like posing outside. You should be at the fucking
Yeah, if it was
beach.
1986 fucking LA, I'd be cleaning
That's what
up.
you are.
Girls
No,
don't,
no.
they don't
Exactly
want
what
an
the fuck
alpha
you
male
are.
anymore. They want a fucking
No.
a metrosexual
This
that
is
drives
the-
a fucking Prius.
This is exactly where you're wrong. The chicks are fucking starving for real dudes who can fucking write, and then all they get is soy boy cucks
I
out
don't
there in
know
the
if they
fucking
are here though. It's
rocking streets of
LA.
LA.
It's LA.
They're-
No, they don't want soy boy cucks.
They think they don't
Guys-
want it, and then they get it, and they're like, okay, I like
And guys like you are like far and few in between now. They can't find a whole lot of them.
old. Yeah.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. But I look manly in those fucking pics. You see them fucking. There's one of all my fucking fire hoses showing up my
it's not-
fucking forearms.
it's not
Five-
bad.
You have forearms. I have 5 arms. Go ahead, Mitchell.
It's not bad. No, it's not as bad as he made it seem.
Well, 3 years ago was different. But
yeah. But you're not utilizing your. I mean, again,
All right.
if I had a motorcycle, you'd have.
So
to
I should have a
photo.
picture of me on the motorcycle. You're saying?
Of course.
Get that.
I'll give you a full line. I have some group photos with you and
The
different
Mustang.
people.
The
Group
Mustang's a good
photos.
photo too.
But douchebags drive Mustangs.
You're a
Oh yeah,
douchebag.
Mustang.
But
I
Chicks
know,
want
but
to
girls
bang
don't like
douchebags like that,
douchebags.
like
By the way,
Jersey Shore.
no one here is arguing that point.
I fucking put it out there. I was the purveyor of it.
Thanks for yes-anding yet again.
I mean, it's not wrong, but like, okay, you like cinematography or whatever. You like
How
all
many
that. You
times
should
does
show.
he say that in his show?
What?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
Remember, I was explaining that today.
I'll pay attention now.
You're
Though.
not wrong. We were talking about you today.
Never noticed.
Yeah, you like film and stuff. You should have one of you on set, maybe. That looks
Cinematography? There you
yeah,
go.
like you like behind like a fucking legit camera
All right.
instead of
One-
like you hunched over looking at your phone. You look like a.
Yeah, one in the gym, like working out, like
There you go.
looking. Yeah,
Moving
Chicks
wagon
hate that
wheels?
shit. I'm telling you, they have it all
Okay,
on their profiles.
But here's the thing: you
gym photos and shirtless photos.
Fuck 'em.
Swipe left.
Fuck
Can I give you a piece of advice that was passed on to me from a guy who had banged hundreds of chicks that helped me out?
Yes.
Never trust what women say. Trust what they do, what they react to. So what they tell you, what kind of guy I want, what I don't tolerate, doesn't matter what they say. It's what they will react to emotionally that matters.
You sound like Rocky giving advice to his son.
And he looks like
It ain't about how hard
Hey,
you can
son,
hit.
you don't want to figure out what these bitches want, what they're talking
No.
about. You want to figure out what they're gonna do.
Exactly. It's what they emotionally react to. And you worry about what they say. I could care less what they say. I mean, I haven't been single in a few years, so I don't even, I'm not on those fucking things. But when I were, like, I ignored everything they said. I don't like this guy, that guy, fuck it.
maybe you're right. Yeah.
I agree. Also, it seems like you're going between two personalities. Like you have a couple photos that makes you look like a fucking
Personality.
alpha.
I mean, okay, you got a personality.
You have like a couple that make you look like an alpha dude. And then you have a couple that make you look super beta.
That's me. Well, not beta, but I'm a fucking nerdy dude. I'm a nerd in a jock's body. That's been my fucking
But
problem my whole life.
you're more jock than nerd.
I don't
I'm
know
not.
any.
You
I
like
don't-
movies, but you're more.
Well, the
jock.
nerdy side could be your cinematography
I'm
and
a
like writing
weird group of
screenplays
things.
and
I'm
stuff
hard
like
to-
that. That's cool. That's like a cool nerd. Not the guy who's a soy boy cuck reading, like freaking.
Well, it's not that bad. I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
They're in one of those fucking those dog slave costumes where they're fucking standing behind me like the new fucking nuclear waste fucking. Do you see that guy that they got appointed to the head of a nuclear waste?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's a
Look
what-
that fucking guy up. You thought that Ministry of Health fucking chick was a.
Yeah.
Looked like the Babadook was fucking bad. Wait till you see this guy. Holy Lord. Go
But yeah,
ahead.
so like
check it out.
But yeah, your overnight profile could go like to freaking through the roof and get a whole bunch more matches.
All right.
You just got to embrace one side or the other. If you go full douche, I think you'll do better. It's on Tinder too. Who gives a
You
fuck?
know what
Might be
I
right.
would do? I would maybe close one of your eyes.
Motherfucker.
That or
Just
maybe,
having an angle where you just see one.
maybe get some red balloons. A little boy in a yellow slicker.
And here's the crazy part: if you think about it,
Good
if you follow what we're saying
How do
and
you
you just
feel
change it
about
for
red
1
hair?
month,
Yeah, try
With
it
my
out.
hands.
it doesn't work. Go back to your whatever you got now.
But the fact that we're telling him this means he probably won't do it.
No, that's for
you
sure.
should.
I will when I get
hard-headed,
time.
though. You're just as fucking hard-headed. You're going after him. There you go. Here we
I'm
go.
at least
Well, you're
open-
not wrong.
Yeah, but he's cleaning out. He's.
I'm at least open to advice.
Yeah.
I am. I didn't disagree. Maybe you're right. I'll try that. I'll do that. I'll get some of those.
There
see.
you go. And you got a nice camera too. You can take some nice photos. Or have
Yeah.
someone take
What
some-
am I? What am I going to fucking set the timer? Get in front? No one. There's no one to take it.
I'll take some.
But-
I got a nice camera too. I'll take
You're
some.
all naked. You run back behind the camera.
Did you tell Dunham? Because he's the one that bugged me for like 6 months. And he was like, dude, you got to take some. He wanted me to come and do like a photo session. I was like, this is so gay, Chris.
Our
I
friend
can't.
Chris Dunham.
Yes,
Chris,
you were at my
Chris
house for a
Dunham.
UFC party, and that you showed me your Tinder profile. I was telling Chris, I go, "This is a fucking disaster. It's a total disaster. Like like you need help.
He's not getting laid bigly.
Yeah, you need to get help bigly."
Did you get on True Social? It launched today.
What's
did
that?
You, did you get your ticket in line for True Social? Trump's new.
No, but how do I get on there?
You just go to App Store and
just
just
download
download True Social.
Okay, cool.
It launches like tomorrow.
Long
He's
live
gonna
free
be on
speech.
it.
I'll do it. But
It should last about 4 days before they get thrown off every fucking platform
Probably.
that hosts any sort of podcast.
Hey, but you know what? I bet if you get the stock right now, it'll just
Oh yeah,
shoot up.
It's huge. It was bigly. It was
Yeah.
doing. It was the greatest just stock you've ever seen. Believe me, no one's ever seen stock like that.
exactly, yeah,
But no, it really
tremendous,
was a bunch
tremendous,
of people made
tremendous
a bunch of money on
stock.
It did well. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so that basically that was what happened. The UFC party. I told Chris, I go, "This is a disaster, but we can help this guy become like an extraordinary freaking
I'm really
Tinder
not-
artist,
I'm
whatever."
Really looking, I got a fat fucking Orson Welles, Elvis Presley fucking face.
But anyway, just in general, though, please do me a favor. Ignore what women write on their freaking
does Rocha.
profiles. I mean, as far as like, I want this, I want that, I want a guy who's a millionaire. Plus, you read enough of those freaking things, it sounds the same, right? Like, I want a guy who can go out in the town, but I can feels comfortable
It's also
eating at
Tinder.
home.
Good evening,
Like,
I'm-
listen, that's everybody.
I'm Luke Allen and
yeah.
Rosebud.
Yeah.
I want to see your rosebud.
I get ghosted and I go around the room and smash all my furniture.
He'd
Like Frankenstein?
He'd be like going losing his shit for no reason, like Pacino in Heat. Give me what you got. Give me all you got. Like, give me all you got.
Well, that's because that character was supposed to be on coke the whole movie, and then at the last minute,
Oh, wait, the cop?
Michael Mann was like, "Nah, he's
yeah,
not."
he told me about this. Vincent Hanna, the
No
character,
way.
Al
He was
supposed to be a
Pacino's
This is
cokehead.
news to me.
That's why he did that.
It makes sense now, doesn't it?
Why didn't they put that in the movie? I was going to give it
I
context.
think it was, and then he cut it out because I think it was like it made him too much of a, not like an anti-hero, but it made him too much of a. I don't know. I'm not really sure why. That's as dramatic as when they made the Warriors. There was supposed to be a title card that said, like in the near future, New York gangs are fighting and blah blah blah. And like for no reason, the studio took that title card out. So it makes no sense because everyone's like, no. I mean, everyone loved the movie anyway, but they're like, no gangs look like this. What the fuck is going on? It was supposed to take place in the fucking future.
Speaking of
It has
which,
that vibe.
Yeah.
I saw the new West Side Story. I loved it, especially when you compare it to the old West Side Story, which I don't know how you fucking watch that and get any kind of menacing gangs. Like they dance like the fucking gay men's.
As opposed to this new gang that dances manlier.
No, they do though. Watch it. Watch it. I'm serious.
I have the screener if you want.
It's fucking. It is so night and day. It's like, oh my god, like, come on, baby face. Like in the
never saw
'60s
that.
one, he's like, oh, we're gonna get you guys, and it's like, who the fuck is watching this shit?
Yeah.
And it's funny because where I work, they were like, what did you think of the new? I was like, oh, I thought it was better than the old one.
He works at Steven Spielberg's house. He didn't tell me.
I do. I
He wrangled his stepdaughter that's running around committing fucking crimes every 7 minutes and get fucking bailing her out of jail.
She's got her OnlyFans too. Yeah, she's crushing it.
shut up.
That girl, yeah, she was gonna do porn.
Spielberg's daughter has an OnlyFans.
And of course, guess what? Mr. fucking liberal progressive is all for it. He's like, if that's what she wants to do, let her go ahead and do it. I'm like, good fucking father skills
Yeah,
there,
I like
Steven.
that.
Great fucking job.
I would.
I'm Eskimo Brothers with Steven Spielberg. That's one of my fucking great fucking
Nice.
fans. Yep. The
Are you
one
really?
from Joe Menente's house she was a rent-a-girl. So she fucked him and Willie together. They would have threesomes that they
No
would hire her out.
way.
Yes. I was like, holy
No
shit.
way.
Yeah, I'm following Kate Capshaw and fucking Steven Spielberg. That's fucking amazing. That's one of the best things. It's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. It's one of my great facts of my life. Thank you very much, everybody.
Where'd you meet? Yeah, glad it was on Tinder, but yeah. Where'd you meet her?
No, it wasn't. I was through a friend. It was a porn star. One of my favorite porn stars.
Which one? I don't know.
I don't want to say her name because I think
Okay.
there's like things involved, but
All right, yeah,
as
lawsuits.
far as where that goes, but
Yes.
it's like I mean I haven't.
There's a
didn't-
baby that has eyes. That are, what have you done to its eyes?
she's got enough babies, believe me. She really took care of them.
Also, just for reference, the thing I was talking about, Spielberg's daughter, Michaela, says doing porn is a healing journey. That's what she did it for. So
I have too many friends that do porn that I can't knock porn.
Oh, no, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that,
Well, then why won't you fucking shoot the things I want you to do?
I'm an
Mr.
artist.
I'm not gonna
Yourself?
knock it.
I'm an artist.
Your brothers first, and then you.
The screenplay wasn't good.
See 3 bullets.
What?
See 3 bullets. Him and his 2 brothers. That's what he wants him to shoot.
Or just one if you line us up.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Yeah, little Schindler's List.
So where were you born, Cameron?
That's a good. I like how you do this, like it's like a Jay Leno show, like as if you know. No,
yeah,
that's
where
good.
were you born? You
Hey,
know,
yeah, so
tell us a little bit
you
about
were
yourself, Cameron.
yeah,
like
that's
Comics
great.
Unleashed
I was born
Byron
in
Allen.
Lake
the
Conf?
Yeah.
in the fine
Fuck you.
country of Iran.
Nice.
It was.
And
That's
the
it.
60s,
Nice.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Freaking late
I was telling
80s.
him I dated a chick. We're no longer dating, by the way. I forgot to tell
Oh,
you.
no,
Yes,
really?
Yes.
Fuck.
You dated a
You
Persian
sounded
chick.
splendid.
A Persian Jew. Yeah, and her
And
parents are from
she saw
Iran.
your bank account. She's like, she took off.
She saw his
like,
Netflix
fuck
special.
this
That's
guy.
what did it.
Just-
And their parents.
TikTok's not paying out well.
I am.
She was
She
like, that's
FaceTime.
it.
She was all beat up. She was like, I can't see you anymore. My parents saw you. And she looked at the names of the producers on it. That really.
Persian.
Oh, they're Jewish. Fuck, I fucked
So
this
how
up.
did it go? No, I want to hear this. How did it go? How was it?
No,
how
she
was
was cool, but I
She was
just knew it
cool.
wasn't going to last like long term.
Why?
So I just cut it off. I mean, we're just very different. Like,
Her last name has a lot of S's in it.
no, her last name's 3 syllables. It wasn't bad at all.
Thank
They
you.
cut
Yes,
the
and number
Iranian.
2.
Oh, sorry. They cut the Iranian. How do you say Iranian?
Iranian. Whatever, yeah.
Iranian part. Yeah, they cut
He
that
still
part.
fucked it up when you tell
Yeah.
him.
'Cause,
No, it's okay. It's.
Yeah, her parents had the Iranian name, and then they cut it when they came here. Because
How did you meet her?
Hinge?
Inch, nice.
Yeah.
But you were always like a interest. You were never like a serious long term.
No, I was open to it for sure.
No, you were, but she wasn't. Because you're not, like Persian Jews are very specific. They marry other Persians and Jews. So like
Yeah,
you're,
well, in that-
which of you you're new there. So
That also came up as well because all
Yeah.
of her friends do that, and she's like, "Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen them, and some of them are unhappy because
It's like an arranged marriage, practically.
it
Right?
kind of is. It's all based around money, is what she said. To
Oh,
me.
really? How so?
They pretty much only marry because if it's like very financially stable, wealthy, whatever, and a lot of her friends, I guess, married and they're not happy because they just pretty much married for money. So she's like, yeah, I'm very fortunate because I'm financially stable. Like her parents have money, so like she's like, yeah, I'm just trying to date for compatibility.
that's cool. That's
Which
rare
apparently is
though.
new.
That's
Yes,
good.
yes.
Amongst Persians in LA, that's rare because Persians are always like they're looking for the money. It's funny because the parents could be rich and they have a lot of money, but then they want a guy who has even more money. Like it never stops.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's power. Money never sleeps, baby.
Yeah.
Well, that was, I was not top in the. I mean, the money her parents had was.
First
I
you
was
get a
not
money,
top.
then you get a power. Then you get a power, then you get the Netflix special.
Exactly.
Then you get a power, then you get a versi.
This is why I don't have. This is why I don't date a Persian. I was like, I'm not even qualified.
By the way, why the
I have a
fuck-
degree in broadcast journalism, whatever, like
Why do
television
your-
and film.
Why do your hands look like my grandma's hands? Look at it. The skin's all dry.
I work outside. I work in the.
Jesus Christ.
I don't put lotion
it's
on,
fucking
yeah.
aged you like the guy in fucking Indiana Jones.
I never noticed that, yeah.
Well, the weather is very.
at that.
The weather's been finicky.
You've chosen
man.
poorly.
I haven't lotioned up in a while. I'll be honest.
What do you do outside? Like, do they raise a hoist for the tripod for the freaking for the camera? Like, what are you doing?
He
No, I have
feeds
a
the
job.
giraffe with his tongue.
He gives it a shower, too. Sorry.
No, I work at a ranch in Malibu. I work at a vineyard.
No, kid, what do you do over there? What do you do?
I just do
Sorry.
the tours.
Nice, dude.
Tours around the ranch.
He steps on the grapes.
Yeah.
And you work in
a
a
penguin.
you work in a ranch in Malibu, and you wonder why the Persian Jew left you.
The most fucked up thing is I'm the one that broke it off with her.
Oh, wow.
So
Really?
yes, yeah.
Preemptive strike. Look at you.
It wasn't going
That's
to work
cool.
out long term. So I
That's
just
all
pulled
right.
the Band-Aid off, you know.
How was the experience? Good, I hope.
It's cool. Yeah.
Did the
Just
How
very
did she
different.
take it? Was it mutual or was she like sad?
No, she felt the exact opposite. I was like, yeah.
really?
I'm
Why
like,
did you break it off then? It's weird, man.
because we
That's what
didn't-
I told
we
her.
were completely out of sync. Like we were not on the same
yeah,
wavelength.
but like, that's wow.
it
that's
wasn't going to
strange.
work out.
How was it different?
How do
See,
you
it was
know?
There's
different.
something up.
Yeah, that's
this
strange,
He's
dude.
leaving
How was
something
dating a
out.
Persian
I'm not-
different?
The culture is very different for sure.
This is like when he broke up with the girlfriend in Whiplash. This is just like
Yes.
How so?
Very
Tell me.
cold.
Like, I'm curious now.
I mean, they are all about like going to fancy restaurants, going to like club,
yeah.
like shit like that.
Did you feel inadequate because of that kind of?
I was not worried about the money, but I just don't give a
Dr.
shit about
Phil,
any of
yeah.
that stuff either.
But yeah, well,
But those are like big deals in their culture. That's like all they do.
Was
for
it to
fun.
her? Maybe she was willing. Maybe it was going to be like West Side Story where she was going to break off from the thing and be like, fine, Mitchell, we'll go to Taco Bell together.
Yeah, it was kind of a big deal for her too.
What, to that she didn't like going to like lesser than like higher end restaurants?
Not that. That was just like that's what all of her friends do. They all go to like nice fancy restaurant. They're all foodies.
Yeah,
stuff
but
like
when
that.
you and her were together, she didn't demand that you guys go to that.
No,
did
no, no. She never pressured any of it. I'm just saying that like was one of the cultural differences.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, if you know, if you don't know, now you know. N word, as Biggie Small said, but I guess you know because I don't. But that
burgers
sounds
and,
like
I don't.
The burgers
know,
and
Mitchell.
fries was not a thing, yeah.
I love you, Mitchell, but I
mean,
you're
I
not
could
giving
go-
us the whole story here. Yeah.
I mean, we just were not compatible. Like she's
It makes sense. I can see.
She doesn't get like she's very traditional, and like doesn't get sarcasm, doesn't get like a lot of like she didn't get my sense of humor,
Oh, okay. That's
which
a
is
big
not
one.
saying there's not a lot of it, but
I like her already.
It is yeah.
Rocha
Sounds like our
relates.
audience.
Rocha relates. Like
but like we were just on different wavelengths. Like,
Okay, that's different then.
like
I
you can
understand.
ask Alex. Alex, when she would come over and hang out, like you could tell that it's not like insane.
Yeah.
We're
So
not-
there's a personality. Okay, that's
Yeah,
different.
it's a big
I thought it was all
big
funny.
right, I
personality
got you. Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause if
Thank
there's-
you,
if there's one
Daphne.
thing people
Yeah.
knows about personality, it's Alex.
Her parents are rich. She's rich. You want to be rich. From
Yeah.
the bear. Going to the bear school.
Did she break up with you because you're not a bad
You're not a bad man. Like no, but she. I'm assuming. I'm
Sean,
let me guess though.
Alex. Cameron. Yep.
Harry, Jimmy, Trent, wherever you are. No, no, but her parents were wealthy. I'm assuming, and she probably grew up wealthy.
very. Yeah.
And what did she do for work? Because this is interesting.
She's a interior designer and
Okay.
professor.
Oh boy.
And a professor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, and I'm a part-time.
With a very wealthy parents.
Yeah, yeah. So she's very accomplished. Her parents are very successful and rich, and then there's a.
And you met the parents.
No, I didn't.
That would have been fun.
No.
I want to hear that story.
No, we only did
Yeah.
it for 2 months, so it was
Yeah.
like.
Oh, that was longer. I
No,
know it's all fucked up.
it seemed longer, but it was
Yeah.
only 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't that.
Well, we're
long.
gonna hit the fucking bars, doggy.
Yes.
Go out there and I'm gonna ruin all your pussy. Every girl that approaches me, I'll make some shitty jokes. Like I've done my whole life. Because the more important thing is making my friends laugh than getting laid. This is why I get laid so little.
I would have loved
me.
if her parents met you and the conversation afterwards,
Oh, trust me, dude.
This is the man you are dating, this broke piece of shit.
I
Like,
would
like-
have loved it if they didn't even wait. If they were like, "This is him." He's like,
I thought he was the Uber driver.
Dude,
she's like,
I
"No."
did a penman impression.
I knew.
The Jack Valentine.
These are the worst Persian accents. You're copying Saudi savages, just for the record.
I know.
These are not Persian accents for the
That's why
audience.
we didn't want to offend you, so we went for the people that you.
Yeah.
I knew there was a little bit of trouble coming when I think it was like our fourth date or whatever. We just got we ordered food in at her parents' place because she lives at her parents' place right now.
$175.
Yeah, no.
The bill, like what the fuck?
The delivery guy got lost in the
3
house.
days salary.
We're over here. It's like fucking.
No, she was like curious about me, and I asking whatever. We've been going through this process for this show that didn't end up working out, but I explained all that, and she's like, "Oh, I want to see some of the things you've been on," and we're in her parents' house, which is in Bel Air. It's almost a $10 million house, and
Wow.
I'm showing her me on the Gong Show, and
Right.
I'm I couldn't feel more of a bigger fucking loser.
Well, you were on national fucking television. We were there with Mike Myers.
I'm
laughing
jerking
at
off
you.
my brothers on TV. Yeah, it just. I was like, okay, it's. I knew down the line there was going to be a talk where it's
A
hey,
little
honey,
friction, yeah.
yeah.
I think that's bullshit. You guys were on fucking national television with big celebrities watching you and laughing. I mean, who knows what they did in the editing room, but when they cut to them, they were laughing. I mean,
I'll take that. Yeah.
What they really do work miracles in that editing room.
not in the delivering room, unfortunately.
I would have fucking loved it.
3 little accidents.
If you would have went to a barbecue and all these old Persians were just like, "Yes, it's very nice to see," and they just start touching you. Then one of them has a nosebleed, and they're like, "Get out!" Boy, that took a long time to get to. Sorry about that.
really
It's-
did.
it's probably was watching a female comic.
Did you?
Well,
feel,
that sucks, Mitch.
Did
I'm
you
sorry.
feel me about halfway through going like, should I keep going? Or
Yeah.
not?
I was like, this is Eric. He's lost out in the field somewhere here. He ran into stepped on some of my shitty jokes out there.
Yeah.
They're like, don't worry, we'll be with you in a minute.
Fuck.
Tell Luke hello. We'll be seeing him soon. Just a field of shitty premises.
So, how old were you when you came to the States?
I was 11.
No shit.
Yeah, I was 11 years old. So
Did you speak English before you came here?
no, just a few words.
Oh, no shit.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
And you moved to LA, right to LA?
No, I so 3 years in Northern California, Bay Area, and then after that we came to LA.
Oh, wow.
Like age 14. So I know it throws people off because I have such I guess an American like fucking East Coast, I'm your neck of the woods vibe, like
Yeah.
Jersey Guido.
Yeah.
And, it's like I was born in
You don't
Iran.
have much of a fucking accent, honestly.
No, you don't have really any at all. It's
So-
impressive.
How long did it take you to
Well,
learn?
English?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably like a couple of years to get fluent at it. I don't know. I just don't remember. You know what's funny about this is actually to get serious for philosophical. It's funny because at some point your dreams change, and I can't
You dream,
pinpoint
I've
when.
heard that.
So my dreams used to be all in Persian, right? And then all of a
shit.
sudden at some point they became all in English, and I can't pinpoint what place sometime in high school, but it just flipped one day, and I was like, I would just have dreams where conversations were all in English. I was like, weird.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
is
shit.
that crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know was it Farsi beforehand?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. It's a couple.
So-
I was starting to pick up a couple Farsi words.
Yeah, like
dating.
the curse words or no?
Not the.
But when we're here and we're this close, you know what he speaks? Near sea.
Years. It's a king
Out in
of
the
puns.
fields.
The king
Out
of
in the
puns.
fields.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so that's what
I
happened.
just saw you. Yeah, I was in that field and I just saw you fucking fly over me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who'd you hang out with in high school? Were you who was like your crew? Who'd you hang with? The dweebies, the dickies, they love him. They think he was a righteous
No, it's
dude.
interesting. So I went to two different high schools. 2 years up in Northern California, and then 2 years in Southern California. And up in Northern California, I was the fucking loner, but not like a fucking first blood cool guy
Same
loner.
You looking to go back?
Exactly.
So they all came for you to get money because you were the loner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was a loner. Giving people loan shark. No, I was a fucking guy. I talk about it a few times on stand up, but I don't talk about it much anymore. Mostly because that bit didn't get very laughs, just got groans. No, it's like, he can relate. Yeah. No, it's like in freshman year in high school, they had those fucking like long tables in high school. For an entire school year, I just sat by myself on one of those tables
fuck.
eating my lunch by myself, like in the fucking
You
prison
listened
movies.
to metal and shit, didn't you? Weren't you like a metal guy? You listened to metal and stuff, right?
Yeah, but I did, but nobody cared. I mean,
But like you didn't hang out with the other fucking metalheads, or dudes with like cut off fucking jeans, like sleeveless
no, I
jean
didn't. I
jackets?
didn't quite do that back then. No.
Oh, okay.
Like, I just ate my lunch and just by myself and observed people. It was kind of interesting, But yeah, but nobody really hung out with me either. So they didn't really have any friends in the first couple of years in high school, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But in the school I went to, so
That's tough. Well, yeah, I come from a whole other country. You don't have any fucking.
I didn't
That's
speak a lot of
tough
English.
age to move to. 12 is
was
like
gonna
fucking just
say.
adolescence and shit.
yeah, I was like basically like 14, 15. Like being in high school was just kind of a weird situation. It was
Where'd you
just-
go to high school here in LA?
In Torrance, a school called West High School, which is West Torrance.
How was it? Was it mostly white people?
No, actually, it was split like half Asians and half
Oh.
probably like white people.
I mean, I went with almost all white people, and my school was fucking violent as shit. There was nonstop fights and violence, and fucking it was insane. So like, I was just curious, was it like fights and shit or not really?
No, man,
Yeah,
that's
that was
pretty
the
cool.
Asians,
It's
no.
half Asian. Come on, they're pretty chill. They just want to get good grades, and that was funny though. It taught me good skills. Like I got to learn, like you can actually tell the difference between like a Korean and a Japanese and a Chinese. Well, like you go to school with enough of them, like you can actually start telling the facial differences.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it now, but back then I started like picking them up.
Did you find more friends with the Asians or?
No, but I had more friends in school down here.
Well, that's good.
It was more relaxed. It was kind of weird. I was in a small hick town though. In the first
got
school.
it.
The first school was in a small hick town. There was definitely no Iranians
Well,
there.
like Chico or like
Huh?
what town?
Dude, the first time I was living at
In
was-
NorCal.
Give us a
In North
latitude and
Cal.
longitude too, will you, please? What was the
exact
fucking-
dude.
What year was it established? Fuck
It was
sakes, Mitchell.
dude. It was a small town called Martinez, and it was a funny thing about it is
He lived in little Okinawa.
like Mr. Miyagi's fucking Ken. Yeah. No, it was a small town in It's called Martinez, California. That's what was the first town, dude. I went back like 20 years later. Nothing had changed. Just added 2 Starbucks. Like it was like
Oh, shit.
it was like nothing
I kind
changed.
of love that though.
Yeah. If you live there, it's probably cool. There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. But yeah, so I was in Martinez, California. It was a small hick town. Nobody even knew. Yeah, so whatever.
Wow. So what was like? Do you remember like the differences between Iran and here?
I mean, dude,
Might have been one or
The
two.
freedom probably is nice.
I mean, that was the first thing. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, no rolling blackouts.
Yeah, you think I'm fucking around, but I'm serious. Like what?
Yeah, no.
I have no idea what it's like there.
I grew up. So I told this story like when the revolution happened.
Tell us, Cameron.
Well, yeah, I was telling somebody else this story tonight about the rolling blackouts. It's kind of funny. I was talking to Connor Hangsleben. I was like, this is good.
love Connor.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He was telling this story about that. No, but when the revolution happened, Khomeini came to Iran and stuff, and they promised a whole bunch of free stuff. Like, when I come in, it'll be like equality for everybody. Sound familiar? And it'll be like free utilities, free gas, free everything, free like. None of that happened. Not only that didn't happen, we had shortages.
Yeah.
So we had like shortages of, so it got to a point where when I was like 7, 8 years old, we had like Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 1 to like 4 p.m. We have like rolling blackouts. And so it was just part of life. Kind of like California is, sometimes now, but no, like down the Newsom. No, but that's how it was. It's a way of life for us.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
So when I moved here and I was asking my aunt, this was on Connor earlier. I was talking to my aunt. I was like, when I got here, my aunt already lived here. I go, so how often you guys have blackouts? She was like, well, we don't really have blackouts. I go, when electricity goes out like once a week? She goes, no. I go, well, once a month? Like once every 6 months? She goes, no, I can't think of the last time electricity. I'm like, how could that be? Like, it was such a way of life for us to have like no electricity from certain hours of the day. It's just weird, all those things. Like,
when does the power go out? When the Verzies come on.
Yeah.
That's everybody on the block just shuts their TV.
Yeah, it was funny. It was
Wow.
I never thought to ask you, how far away did you and Yashar grow up in the old country?
in the old country. Probably like 5. Well, it's a 5-hour drive. It's like between LA and San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is he from?
He probably lived in I think he lived in Tehran, which is the capital, right? It's a big city, but I lived in a small town like near the Caspian Sea.
Okay.
By the way, you'll get a kick out of this. There is a street in Italy that's Verzi, and then there's a street that intersects with Puglisi.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was telling Brendan Cooney about that. I go, yeah, there's a street that it's Verzi and Puglisi, and they intersect.
That must have been like catnip for him.
Cooney goes, all the smart people live on that street.
Cooney loves shit like that. That's his favorite kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. It was so sarcastic. Yeah, I bet all the smart people live on that street.
And then, of course, Puglisi lives right below us now. So,
So
that's crazy. So, like, I don't know a lot about the revolution, but I know that. So my ex's parents, they had to flee, and I'm not sure if it's because they were going to kill him or
They
what
had
the deal
fleas?
was. But they can't go back. That's the thing. Is like
really?
if they go back, either like the two parents, they definitely can't go back. But they still have shit that's there.
I
And
could
they can't
imagine.
they can't get anything. So
Are they citizens of the U.S.?
they are, yeah.
Oh,
but
okay, good.
they were like her parents are born and raised in Iran, and then
Yeah.
when the revolution
So
happened,
they're on some kind of list for
they
escaping?
fled, and then
Damn.
something like that, I believe. Yeah, and if they go back, they're kind of fucked.
Did they have a government jobs or something? Were they involved with the previous regime?
Not that I know of. I know what they do like now, but I'm not going to say it.
All right, no worries.
Not that
I'm
anybody
not gonna-
listens to this.
Is there a reward?
No, but I was curious why they can't go back because
Oh,
I'm not sure if it's the Jewish end of it. Like I didn't know.
No, I don't. That should be an issue.
Okay.
But I don't think I want to know either. Like, I guess I go back. I'm like, these people. I'm like, no, I don't. They're Verzi's friends, not
Pulling out
mine.
your,
Don't
Yeah,
tell-
you
No.
go back and forth with no problem, right? You
yeah, I went there last year.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, you went there last year.
Yeah, I went there last year.
How was it?
Same as before. And it's, shit situation, shit economy.
they're like the rolling blackouts or this time.
Yeah. They're still doing all that. They're still doing like the rolling blackouts and everything.
No, the blackouts have. No, I missed it actually. I think they had one the week before I got there, but
Nice.
but they don't have rolling blackouts. I think they kind of caught up a little bit.
Well, that's good.
Was
Yeah.
it wrestling huge over there? I heard wrestling, like WWF wrestling is fucking major over there.
I don't even know. I don't have my finger on the pulse
I would
of
always
the
hear
culture.
these stories about those, like
The Iron Sheik.
or even American wrestlers here, like they'd run into fans that had moved here, and they'd be like, "You're like a fucking god in our country." And anytime they'd go over, like they go to the airport, and they would just get swarmed like they were the fucking Beatles.
Who was the wrestlers?
Yeah, because it was
I
like
believe
they
it.
only had like 2 channels on, and one of them was like wrestling, so everyone fucking like would
That's
watch
possible,
it. It was
yeah.
The
huge.
other one was clitorectomies that they do.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know how.
Real wrestling. they're gonna, the real wrestling, like actually like Greco-Roman and freestyle wrestling, that's really huge over there.
Yeah.
They win a lot of world championships and
fucking
Olympics.
good.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
Them and like the Dagestanis and the Russians and the Belarus, and they're like really solid. Like they're always in the championship level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about that. The Iron Sheik stuff.
They come to you and
No, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about like American wrestling.
Right,
Which is huge.
Might be, yeah.
They come to you and they're like, I was tortured. I gave up my family when they played your comedy. I was in a dark room.
I could not take it anymore. I tried to swallow my own tongue.
They played your Ken Burns Victorious. And he just cried.
Yeah, it's on the YouTube.
My daughter.
Luke Allen live at 2020. Don't watch it after this.
My daughter took her own life. She swallowed her own tongue.
I would knock me out by trying to sink with your eyeballs, and I would just get exhausted, and they would throw water on my face and wake me up. Yeah. Let me ask you this. I was thinking about this.
Tell me.
What, have you heard the shit about Bob Saget? Like, what is going on with this fucking story? It's pretty wild.
Oh, I've heard the head fracture apparently is like.
He was like severely beaten about the skull, apparently, according to like the coroner report. And then, did you see that fucking podcast? The last podcast he ever did. The last thing he said on the podcast of the chick. He goes, it doesn't matter. They're gonna find me dead in my hotel bed tomorrow, anyways. This is the last thing anyone should hear of me. And she's like, Bob, don't say that. He was like, it's true. I swear to, it's like, this is the last fucking podcast episode. He said that. He goes, they're gonna find me dead. I think he might even said with my head bashed in. He goes, you're gonna find me dead with my head bashed in my hotel bed. That's what he said.
Look at serious tone.
It's on it. It's like actual fucking there's video.
From what
of it.
I heard, he like bumped his head and then he went to sleep with a.
That was the
internal
story.
bleeding
And now
in
the
there.
family is suing to keep the details from coming out.
Well, they said the fracture is like a fracture you would get either if you got hit with a baseball bat or if you fell from 20 feet.
Yeah, it's like severe.
skull fracture. It
There's
was
all
like
kinds of weird shit. And the fact
I
that the
didn't know
family is
that.
suing to keep it out, it's really fucking weird.
Yeah, it was apparently like a very, very severe cranial whatever fracture.
Yeah.
I don't think you bump your head and just gonna like have.
But it's just so weird that before that he said that on that podcast. Everyone's like, whoa,
It's not a
this
slight
is
bump.
weird.
Yeah.
That does seem like something he would joke
my head.
about, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
No, he's dead serious when he says it. There's no joke, and it's so matter of fact. And the fact that it happened, it was like I think it was like that night that it happened.
You think it's like Illuminati shit or what?
Oh no, I don't know. It's just weird that like something.
severe gambling
There's
problem,
something more
like
going
that.
on.
Yes,
Or-
They
owed
did
money.
catch a guy leaving his
Yeah.
room going, don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
I guess commando. Yeah.
Good fucking pull.
Yeah, I don't know because Bob Saget always had a reputation of being like the cool, like lovable.
Yeah,
Uncle.
never heard a bad thing about him.
So
He's
yeah,
a
it's kind of
sweet guy.
odd. Maybe there is some wild
Here's
shit.
the crazy thing about Bob Saget, though. Did you know that he used to play a really squeaky clean father on the show and on American Funny Meal? But then when his comedy came out, he was really raunchy.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's the craziest thing about him.
Wow, I would have never guessed.
Yeah, I haven't heard that story since 1996. Every
you know-
fucking time he shows up on something, like, we got it. He
Did
swears.
you know they didn't want Marlon Brando for The Godfather? That's the one that I fucking hate that comes up all the
Who
time.
do they want?
I didn't even know who they want. Yeah.
No, the studios didn't want.
Oh
Marlon.
yeah.
Oh, they didn't want him. Yeah, it was a problem because they had.
I'm kidding. Everybody fucking knows that.
I forgot. Well, I don't know if everyone does know that.
There's a pavilions across the street. I don't know if you know that.
The street across the street, you fucking.
How did
moron.
you think Orson Welles would have done?
This way.
This way.
No, it is this way.
This is your
Pavilions
apartment.
is this way.
This is your
You know
apartment.
what?
this
I
way.
disagree.
I think they didn't want Pacino for the.
They did. They wanted
this
Robert
way.
Redford.
Yeah, they didn't want Pacino for that Sun role.
Nope, they did not. I think. How do you think Orson Welles would have done? That just hit me.
As the Godfather,
I think he could have
They
pulled it
didn't want
off.
Orson Welles.
No, I'm just saying though. I think he could have. That's like the only other guy I can think to play Han Solo would have been Dennis Quaid. Would have made a good fucking Han Solo.
Yeah, he would have.
But like I think Orson
I
Welles could
think
have pulled
Kurt
off
Russell
Vito.
would have.
He would have. Yeah, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Christopher Walken
No,
was his
they-
number one choice. That's who he
Jesus
wanted.
Christ.
He was literally cast as him in the studio.
Really?
talking about it.
Coppola said there were only two people in the world that could play Marlon or Vito Corleone. He said it was Marlon Brando, or the other one he said was Laurence Olivier.
Because of what reason? Did you say or no?
Just in terms of size as an actor, is that in the world
With the
those were the
gravitas.
biggest one? Yeah.
I could almost see Olivier.
I
maybe.
could. Olivia, I could, just because he's very physical, and he was fucking old and sick at the time. So he looked older than Brando did, and they were.
Brandon was only
roughly-
42.
Yeah,
Yep.
but fucking Olivier was sick as shit.
He was
though,
42 in that movie, but aging dog years. Like he was.
That's what
I know.
Yeah.
He believed fucking Harrison Ford was 40 when he was fucking Han Solo in the first Star Wars. He was 40
really?
in 77.
Shit.
Yeah, that's how fucking old. And Pacino was 40 when he made Scarface. Isn't that fucked up? These guys are old as shit.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's interesting though because I heard that they didn't want to insure Laurence Olivier. That's how sick he was.
Oh wow.
For a Marathon Man. That it was actually Dustin Hoffman that had to put up the money.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, he had to say, look, if he doesn't do the movie, then I don't do the movie. And even on it was Inside the Actors Studio, he said that the really reason he did it is because he wanted to leave some money for his kids.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, they had dinner, and it was like a really emotional thing. Like his kids walked in, and fucking Hoffman starts crying in the interview, and he's just like, they kissed his head. He's like, you knew that like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking die. Like it's scary. It's crazy, but especially Marathon Man. Like
I haven't seen it in a while.
I should rewatch that.
I fucking love that movie.
I love it too.
What do you think about the ending? Because the original ending, he was spoiler alert for this 50-year-old movie, but he was supposed to shoot him. I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think at the last minute they came up with the his own greed or whatever killed him. He falls on his own fucking knife or whatever. Which every the 70s always had some kind of shit coming out of your sleeve. It was so fucking cool. I love that shit.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I mean,
But the 70s, that's what was so great. It was just everything was so dark, and it was all the endings were so cynical and shit. So it would have been so much.
There wasn't a lot of
better.
happy endings.
Yeah,
No
that's
pun
what made it so
intended,
fucking great. It was more realistic, or at least a little bit more less Hollywood fluff. But
I don't know It didn't bother me. Just like the diamonds, I like that he made him eat the fucking diamonds.
No, that was great.
That's pretty fucking brutal. Like
yeah,
and just like the whole fucking is it safe? Is it safe? It's just I love that. So I don't know. I think he earned. Yeah, I mean I get what you're saying, but I don't. It doesn't bother me.
I didn't know. I didn't think about it until I heard about that's the way William Goldman wrote it. It was supposed to end with him shooting.
Really?
Yeah, and then this fucking studio changed it. Everyone was like, That's kind of annoying, but I don't know. That's probably a fucking Robert Evans goddamn decision. How great is the part where the guy goes to fucking Garrett him and he puts his hand up and it fucking goes to his hand? Yeah. Oh god, it must hurt so fucking bad.
I gotta watch this
the
again.
piano player goes to his fucking hand. It's brutal.
I gotta watch this.
Everything every fucking film in the 70s just it had the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is on Netflix, and it made me want to watch the old one. And the fucking old one is just so
yeah, that's a hell of a movie.
That ending.
It's intense.
That ending is so fucking good.
I know. Yeah.
Just and it catches him in that fucked up light, and he's just swinging that goddamn chainsaw.
Which is a real chainsaw, by the way.
Yeah,
the whole thing, the whole fucking time.
I mean, and all of it, just like the from John Larroquette doing in the spring of 19, it's so intense where he's reading off what the fuck happened. And then when they're all sitting at that dinner table and she's tied to the chair and they're just picking on her.
Yeah.
And you realize oh yeah, nobody's coming to help her.
Yeah.
It's holy fucking shit. Imagine being picked on. Imagine being picked on by your brothers and your parents.
And your friends.
Followed their dreams and never came home to you.
That must have been exhausting. All that girl did was just scream and just have a fucking.
I don't know
how.
how. Yeah. And then the two things that get me is when he undoes that door and he's got that fucking that little sledgehammer, that little hand one, mallet. Sorry, that heavy mallet. And the dude looks up and you just hear that fucking meat when he hits him, and then he just starts convulsing and he fucking slides him in and he doesn't even look at the camera. He slides him in and he just fucking shuts the door and the camera just stays on the door and you're like, what the fuck is going on behind? What's going on there?
Yeah.
That and the fucking where the camera zooms in on her eyeball.
Yeah.
You can see all the veins and shit in her eye. Oh god.
What
70s.
Dude,
this
70s,
new one, is it another remake of the original or what is it?
It's actually a sequel to the original.
Oh.
Which
Did they already do that? Wasn't Dennis Hopper in part 2?
Yeah, he was actually.
Yeah, I remember that.
That one was more cartoonish.
Yeah.
we
I
should
remember
have.
Matthew McConaughey, and that one was almost kind
That
of
was the
fun.
third
It was
one.
so silly, but it was
Dude, we should
great.
watch. We should have a 70s movie night once a week. Just there's so many good movies that I saw a lot of these
I
as
have
a
a
kid.
list. I have a
I
list.
saw these as a kid in Iran actually, and I still remember them. For example, I haven't seen it since back in this back when I was a kid, but like the Soylent Green, I want to revisit that one.
Oh,
I saw it as a
great.
kid. It was like
It's
it just
so
it
ridiculous.
disturbed me.
I never
Yeah.
saw it until like last week.
What'd you think?
It's abysmal. It's so fucking stupid.
Is it really?
It's so hard to take
Soylent
Charlton
Green?
Heston seriously because he's so over the top and so like.
Have you seen it?
So not realistic in
It's been a while.
any way of his. Oh, it's ridiculous. Especially going from like I was headed on the background work the other day. The, I Am Legend, the Will Smith movie, compared to that, it's like this old one is so fucking cartoonish and like.
Which one?
The Soylent Green. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up with Omega Man. I'm sorry.
Omega Man.
Soylent Green
We talked about
Soylent
Omega
too.
Man like a couple months ago. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
watch it.
Yeah. I watched both of them like kind of almost back to back. And it
Yeah.
was just,
Speaking of 70s movies, though, Mitchell, Dog Day Afternoon.
Right.
What'd you think?
Uh,
We've been making Mitchell watch.
We're trying to
70s
culture him.
movies.
Trying
Give
to
him-
do
give him
I'm trying to-
culture, yeah.
A movie a week.
Movie
I got a
culture,
list.
right.
It was good. I didn't know the story about it, so I thought that was pretty fucking dope. It was also weird. I think I texted you this time. Like, it was weird seeing Fredo, who I think his name's what, like John Capizal or whatever.
John Cazale.
Yeah, there you go. It was weird seeing him in a role outside of that, but
Right.
he was fucking great in that movie as well.
Oh, he is so good.
I enjoyed it. It was good. Again, I got my whole list. Every time you mention a movie, I got it down.
you'll go back and watch it. Every time you watch it, it gets better, and you notice something else about it that you didn't. Or
There's
find
so many
something
funny
about
lines in it
It
that are
is
said in
hilarious.
they're said in utmost seriousness. Like, hey, it's like, why are you doing this? What do you mean? They got money here. Like that's like, but like, there's just a very serious line. Like, returns to the hostages. He goes, you've been very cooperative. I got no problems with any of you. Like he's like, I got no complaints with any of you. That's what I think.
Okay,
that's what he says.
Sal, are we ready, Sal?
Yeah.
That fucking New York
It's so,
Bronx.
so inept, but yeah, it's such a good
my
movie
wife
for that reason.
Leon.
As his, I want a
I'm
military.
dying over
funeral.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want a military funeral. As is my right to have some.
Yeah.
You like
Even the people. I like the black guy with the afro. He's like, hey man, I don't know. And he's
You're gonna
like,
shoot, ain't for white meat. Take a walk, cop. Give me him.
he has no idea. You like Algeria? Like he has no idea.
know. These
Like, why
guys-
would you go there?
these guys are such fuck ups.
Yeah.
It's
You like
so
Algeria?
He was
Yeah.
mentally ill. That guy was a fucking. He was all. I think he was in out of fucking mental asylums too.
Did you
I'm
ever
sure.
see
The
the
actual real guy?
documentary?
No.
There's a documentary on him.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, it is funny because anybody that wants to interview him, like they'll give a phone number, and then what you're supposed to do is you call, you go, yeah, I want to talk to the dog, and he's like, okay, leave your number and he'll call you back. And
But it's
then,
him.
but you have to have like, and they found out like they were like this strange voice. Like I'm like, okay, who did? And then you find out, yeah, it's just him, and he's trying like. Anytime somebody wants to talk about Dog Day Afternoon, he charges like a ridiculous amount of money.
Oh, really?
And he's like, my story, the real one's even more. It's crazier than the film, but they don't want to tell it. They don't
Right.
want to pay me what's mine. And
Oh,
it's just
God.
like, oh fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's lawsuits pending, and it just the guy wants fucking money.
For everything, yeah.
Exactly.
Of course.
Which, again, it's kind of endearing because it's like, oh look, he's still a fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
The robbery didn't work out, obviously, yeah. So
He made it to like 07. He was around for a while. Yeah.
So in the movie, it said he was only in jail for 25 years, so he got sentenced for 20 to 25.
I think it was out before then. I don't think he did it all the time.
no, he didn't. Attica.
No.
So what's his next movie?
Sexy Beast was supposed to be the next
Sexy Beast is on there. We have Hoffa. We have
one. Oh yeah, that's good.
Miller's Crossing.
I didn't know we got
Wait,
this deep in.
What, is
I
it,
had-
was there a 70s Hoffa? I know the Jack Nicholson one. Is there a 70s
No,
Hoffa too?
that's the one.
that's
Oh, that's the one,
yeah.
okay.
Marathon Man is now on there. I still haven't seen Heat, and I still haven't seen Serpico, so I definitely got to see
Fuck,
those.
we got
ones.
to push.
I'm
up
jealous.
Heat.
So I think
We get to
Heat.
see
I
those
think
for the
Heat's
first time.
top next one.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
got to push.
Heat's a
up
great
Heat.
movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 70s, but it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
hear about the sequel? Was I talking about that at all?
I don't want to see that.
Well, he's writing a book,
You're
sequel
gonna-
book, which is it's almost like Godfather 2, where it's got an 80s Vincent or what's his name? De Niro's character is planning a heist in like 86.
Okay.
And then it's present day Vincent like doing his last case or some shit like that. But he said he might make it into a movie someday. I don't know. But
That'd be kind of cool.
so far it's to be a book. Yeah. So I don't know.
Would you guys ever rob a bank, the Verzi brothers?
I don't think that'd be the top choice. For especially since we look alike.
Jesus, you even took improv. You fucking loser.
I don't think anybody would take it
How
seriously.
did you not get to fucking SNL?
Better make a deposit at the Punchline Trust. That's some interest accrue. Sorry.
Can't really rob a bank with dimples. Nobody takes you seriously.
You cannot rob a bank
Too
anymore,
cute.
dude. It's tough.
Too cute. Yeah.
Too many cameras everywhere. Now you got cameras all in the fucking. You got the DC-10s. That's no fucking cakewalk anymore.
But I
They
think
got,
it still
all the
happens.
traffic
Though.
lights
It still
happen.
happens quite often, from what I understand.
It does. I think it just get caught a lot more. A lot easier.
I do
Are you
think
sure?
so too.
I think it's happening. It's all the mask everybody wears. It's easy.
I loved Hell or High
That's
Water.
true.
I loved Hell or High Water where they try robbing that one bank in Texas. A fucking old 80 dude pulls out that big ass gun. Like, boom! And they're like, holy shit. That's another one
Texas.
you add your list. Hell or High
Oh,
Water.
Hell Water's fucking outstanding.
That's a good movie.
I think I saw.
That's a good double feature with Heat, almost, honestly.
yeah.
It's like Heat in Texas.
I definitely saw. I can't remember. Oh, maybe it was 310 to Humor. I thought. Yeah, that was the one. I saw
Nah.
310 to Humor. I'll add it to the list. Is what's his name is in that?
I
Isn't
wish
he?
you took 310 to Huma. Better get on the Express.
310 to Humor.
That was good.
Sorry.
I liked it.
Thank you.
You know what? As far as adding old movies, there's one I told you about. You haven't seen yet. Flight of the Phoenix, original, not the Dennis Quaid
Oh, right,
shit.
yeah.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
But like the flight of, I think it's 1966.
Oh, Jimmy Stewart tonight. We're going to get this plane. We're going to
Yeah.
put it together and
You
fly
saw-
it out of here.
You've seen it or no?
No.
Okay, check it out. I think you'll
I
like.
know
Have you
of
seen
it.
it?
Never
Oh,
seen
you'll
it.
love it. Well, I don't know if you love it.
I'll give it a shot.
Well, yeah.
I want to see Walking Tall, too. I've been meaning to see that.
Walking Tall.
There's a lot of movies like that.
There was a 70s Charles Bronson movie that I liked a lot. Again, I haven't seen it in probably many years, but Telephone. Have you seen that one?
No, I remember seeing the box at the video store though. As a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't fucking rent it, but
Hey, what are you doing? This is...
Hey.
hey, rent this movie, huh? Hey, fat boy. Put down those
Hey,
dots
look.
and pick up this movie.
You are watching the wrong movie. Like,
I can't believe how jacked... I saw a picture of him, and he was fucking jacked
He's
like Stallone
jacked.
for like a little bit. I was like, holy fuck, I
Yes.
didn't know he was... I literally thought it was a Photoshop. I'm like, that is not him.
Nah, dude.
He was fucking huge. I was like, holy shit. Charles Bronson. What a fucking bore. I can't stand that.
I
he
love
hates Charles
Charles
Bronson. I know.
I
Like,
fucking can't stand him.
hey, buddy, you are in the wrong business. Like,
He was. Who the fuck made that guy an actor or a movie star?
oh, dude, it's
The
amazing.
70s were wild, dude. The people that became famous.
No
and like,
shit about
You could
that.
become famous as a Charles Bronson. Look like
Everyone, it was all character actors.
Leatherface.
Weird looking fucking
was.
horseshoe bald and just ugly,
Hey, what's
weird.
wrong
They
with
work
that?
nonstop.
Fuck.
Now you had like your Sean Connery, like on one side, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
James Bond
Yeah.
suave guy. Then you had like the Charles Bronson Leatherface.
I thought you were gonna point at me. You had your head and then you had your fucking your character nudging my tit.
I was talking with. We're talking with actually Paul. We saw Paul.
Paul.
But we're saying that it was so much easier to get famous in like the 70s or 80s because that's all you needed to be is some like weird looking motherfucker or like
Yeah.
just have like one joke and you were fucking set.
He's both. Sorry. You set me up for that.
And
I'm
now-
sorry, Paul. I got nothing against you.
Yeah, Paul's sweet. But now you need content and all this horse shit. It's like, man, it sucks.
Dude,
Why
you
do you
just
call it content?
That's what
Yeah,
it
but
is.
back
That's
then
what
you
it
had
is.
less avenues too to get in though. It was
Yeah,
tougher
but
to break
we
in.
just needed to know one person and then do some fucking
it's a
crazy
double-edged
shit.
sword. Yeah, like it was tougher to break in because you had to be a certain mold, like a character
You only
actor
had
or a
like 3 or
good-looking
4 avenues.
leading
You had
man.
to get
Yeah.
on like fucking mainstream TV, or that was about it. You didn't
Yeah.
have like YouTube and all this other kind of shit.
Yeah, but they also made they made a ton of movies too. Like they don't make as many movies anymore. They just literally make all the Marvel movies and then fucking
Movies are
you know what's
shit.
funny?
now.
remakes.
Yeah.
I would have cast you as a detective.
Here we
That's
go.
you would have been like,
What's
like, what's the scoop, Chief? Like,
Yeah.
and then I would have said, don't let him say anything else. That's it.
No, it's
like
pretty
the
simple,
Gina
though, right? It was,
Carano
easy. It was either you were leading man material, and if you were not, you were like, right here. What character are you?
Yeah, exactly. That's easy.
That, or you would be the first one shot.
That'd be
Like, in my
You'd
movie.
be
like,
the red shirt on Star Trek.
You could be like the Jaws guy. What was the James Bond character with the guy with the big
Exactly.
freaking grill? What was the guy's name?
Jaws.
Jaws.
Yeah, yeah, but what was his real name? Richard
Kyle.
something. Richard what?
Richard Kyle.
Yeah, that guy. Like he was in a bunch of movies.
Yeah,
Just
he
like
was awesome. He was in the Longest Yard.
the most I would have you doing is I would have you walking down a corridor going, hello? Is anybody here? And then somebody putting an axe in your chest.
That'd be dope, Dave. You were just professionally the one that got murdered.
And then I would film them doing it. No, I'm just kidding.
Just funny because you got hacked to death. Sorry.
Someone
I
said
really
I,
hammered on poor
I
Mitchell's
became it.
episode.
Yeah, became a hack.
That was the joke, you fucking. What's the shirt from? What is that? What is that?
Dope. He said that like a fucking. Just don't.
No, Luke always apologizes. He roasts you, and then he's like, sorry.
You had to find you had to find your niche. You know what's crazy about the old original Star Trek? I just found this out. You know those red shirts that got whacked in the first 10 minutes of the episode? Like a lot of times they went to the planet and they just
Yeah.
Anyway, except for Scotty. But a lot of times those were the same guy. They use in different shows. I don't know why.
Shit.
So my buddy was dating this girl, and she's like, yeah, my dad was. I mean, my dad was an actor. He goes, yeah, he was a red shirt on Star Trek on multiple episodes where he got whacked on a planet, and they brought him back. I'm like, I never even noticed this. I don't know who the guy.
They did that on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The guy that plays his dad in the dramatic. Remember the one where his father shows up?
Why don't you want me?
Yeah, the dad kept skipping. He played his boss when he worked at like a fucking chicken shack or something like that. Like the first season, the same fucking guy. I was like, that was the guy that played his boss in a fucking it wasn't even that long ago. It was like 3 years ago.
A 2-for-1 special.
Yeah. That was like
same
when
salary
for Return of the Jedi. They sold the Ewok Village playset. And then not even 10 years later, when Robin Hood came out, they painted it different colors and called it Sherwood Forest.
I loved it. Fuck you, it was Sherwood Forest.
No, it was the Ewok Village repainted. I was so fucking pissed.
One of my, you know what's so weird when you said that? I had an Ewok and I was like, it's incredible. This thing fits so perfect.
Yeah. Everyone had that Ewok. Every motherfucker had that for like years. Every house I went to, like the father would get up in the night to take a piss, trip over the goddamn Ewok. Fucking Ewok, piece of shit. Justifiably because the Ewoks sucked.
I loved Ewoks. I have an uncle that looks just like a great uncle that looks just like an Ewok.
An Ewok.
Yeah. I was like, I would look at him like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
It was creepy. But
so along those lines, I was just thinking. I heard that I think Avatar 2 is actually supposed to get released this year, and it's been so long since James Cameron put out Avatar that movie theaters are like over. I'm like, how is this going to make? This is going to be his first major bomb because no one is going to go see it. The fucking only reason the first one made so much money was it was the fucking 3D gimmick, and everyone had to go to the theater with the goddamn glasses to fucking watch it.
Right.
That's why that was such a monster. And now everyone knows the story sucks and no one cares about these characters. And there's hardly anyone going to the fucking actual movies anymore. I'm like, this is going to be a fucking colossal bomb,
won't
dude.
Go?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, they'll go, but nowhere near the numbers they would have went if he would release this anywhere near.
I think it'll still do well.
It'll do well, but it won't do anywhere near the first one, and it'll be for compared to all his other movies. This is going to be I predict this is going to be a dismal failure.
That I agree, but I think it'll still make a shit ton of money.
I was surprised how many people went to I went and saw Jackass, and like the whole theater was almost full. So
Jackass popular, yeah.
Yeah.
But how many times have you guys seen Avatar? Because I'm asking because like a lot of James Cameron movies, like the first two Terminators, I've seen like probably 20 times each, right? And like I've seen Aliens probably.
True Lies.
But Avatar, I've only seen once in a theater. I haven't seen it since.
I put it on.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is seeing it once in that weekend.
Yeah,
like that's
what matters. No, from a box office perspective, from a personal perspective, have you guys seen it since?
Oh fuck no.
Like have you been tempted to go on the?
I had
put
it
on TV
I had
and go,
it
I'm going to watch this.
in the background at work, and it was so fucking atrocious. I was like, I couldn't even like. It was so. There was something else. Oh yeah, like I cannot watch Forrest Gump anymore. I don't know what. I fucking hate that movie.
Seen it once, that was enough. I saw it for me.
Yeah, it's so like it used to be just because it was on so much and it was so episodic that it was like just easily watchable because it was so.
Dude, there's some movies if they're on TV, like if I'm somewhere, I don't even have cable anymore. For the last couple of years, but if it was on, like I would just watch at least 15, 20 minutes. Like I couldn't help myself. Like Die Hard is one of those movies. They're building the first one they're building, like Atomic Plaza. Like if that were on, like I would watch Die Hard for at least like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
there's like Shawshank's one of those movies, or Son of a Woman, or whatever. But like Avatar, I'm like I'd never been tempted to go. It might be like on HBO or something, which I don't have. But if I did, I'm like I don't want to see this.
The ending battle is kind of cool. The last like 15 minutes, it's okay. And by James fucking Cameron standards, it's like this stinks. What an awful movie.
Speaking of Die Hard, you have a good Bruce Willis look in a wife beater.
That I could do. Yeah, I could
nice.
do like Bruce Willis
really well. You do.
Thank you.
It's like it's not fat, but it's not gorgeous. It's
it's
perfect. Yeah.
It's like
who would play the if we remade it with him as Bruce? Who would play the Hans Gruber part though?
Yashar.
Oh,
Yashar would come in with that suit that he did in Special Live.
Have you seen his mustache now? It's awesome.
Yeah, it's like-
Really?
Yeah, it looks
a
like.
great stash.
You ever see the real Vlad the Impaler, who they based Dracula on? Do you ever see like old like wood carvings of that guy's mustache? That's what he looks like.
It's a cross between Borat and Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Cameron would be the guy on the table, and he'd be like, "The next time you get a chance to shoot someone, Verzi, I suggest you do it." Oh yeah, I've got this. I would be the fat black cop.
Oh yeah, you could be that guy. Holy
yeah.
fuck.
Speaking of Bruce Willis, that guy, dude, he's filming a couple times now. He does all these like low budget movies.
Yeah, he's got a
and
ton.
he's on the cover. And you go, "It's a Bruce Willis movie. I'm gonna watch this." Like that's how I am. I'm like, I love Bruce Willis, right, from Die Hard and stuff. And then he's like, in literally 3 scenes in the movie, he shows up like, "What's the problem?"
Yeah.
Little smirk, and then like you don't see him till the end of the movie. Last scene, he comes and goes, "Oh, I solved the crime" or whatever. Like, dude, really?
Think so, honey? Is that really?
Like you sold
He's
the
like,
movie?
Nicolas Cage has that too. They're just
Yeah.
And the
One
sad
after
thing is,
another.
like, this was the whole thing. That was the whole point of the thing, and it worked. It worked. They got
Yeah.
me. Like, you guys fooled me.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. They've always done shit like that.
Demi Moore's got to get her money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they were doing. They did like there's a battery company, a car battery company called Die Hard,
Oh
and he
my
did like
God, I remember.
he had a couple commercials for
I
it.
remember that,
and then
yeah.
it's like, oh, go to the website for the full movie.
No shit, really.
Yeah, and I'm assuming it's the same thing where it's like just him.
Well, Bruce Willis is in a bad movie, but he'll be like, only 3 scenes. I'll get a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is an entire movie. It's just,
Oh my
it's just a
God,
B
I know,
movie.
and you're just like, Jesus Christ.
You admire the commitment, you know.
You know, it's,
But then you can never give up on him because he's
here's
always
the crazy part though. Some of those B movies are more watchable than the freaking like than the new like woke movies.
Oh,
I'll watch a Steven Seagal movie rerun. I'll watch like like Above the Law for like the 5th time that I'll
Oh,
watch.
I love Above
That's
the
a
Law.
great, yeah. It's a good movie. Yeah,
Above the...
it's a great, no, it's a good, solid
Maybe
movie.
Above the law, but you ain't above mine.
Yeah.
Does anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
What's Out for
Yeah,
Justice.
Out for
That's
Justice.
that's
Yeah.
Don't mix up the.
That was
No,
a
I-
4th
I-
movie.
I-
No,
I-
he
I-
knows.
I-
He
I-
knows.
I- I-
He knows his movies. Give him credit.
Marked for Death.
Well, that was the joke. They're like Pearl Jam.
Screwface
fucking-
was a Screwface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, but I promise you this. You're a dead man walking.
Yeah.
Remember your
Mark
dad,
for Death,
your stepdad's
Above the
a
Law,
stepdad.
Out for Justice, Under Siege. Those are
That-
4.
those are his first-
They're like hate breed fucking songs. Oh, what'd you say? Go ahead. Sorry.
I said his stepdad
No,
was
I
in
heard
that
it.
movie.
Which movie?
There's a running joke that my mom is gonna,
Well,
my
no, that your mom smokes marijuana.
Oh, yeah, she smokes.
Let's
Well, my
say
parents
what
got
it is.
divorced. My mom smokes marijuana.
A lot.
So
A
we're
lot of
waiting. We're
marijuana.
waiting for the Jamaican stepfather to come in and rekindle the family.
He's
together.
out
Hey,
there.
boy, you want to watch me movie? Watch me fight. Watch me fight the ponytail man.
Steven the Seagull.
What was the joke you said about the verses?
I know it.
Which one?
Come on.
Oh yeah,
dude.
we bombing.
Oh yeah,
We bombing.
yeah. Well, they're talking about going to a Bob Marley concert.
Oh, dude.
He said
That was
the
after Joe
verses-
left. We hung out here for another hour and just fucking roasted each other. It was ridiculous.
The verse is just going, we bombing.
Yeah.
I hope you like bombing too.
I love the you mentioned Steven Seagal movies. I like that when he has like I think it's like Hard to Kill. The second one with Kelly LeBrock when he
Oh,
always
fuck yeah.
he comes to the liquor store and he's always like the good guy who's stands up for the underdog. You want to show you what it's like to be like this guy, the working man. Like and he beats up the fucking thugs. But then like real life, like he just abuses everybody in the
Oh, yeah.
stunt.
Oh,
The
yeah.
stuntman, he beats the shit out
Yeah,
of
he
him.
was
But in,
always
in
like
real
that.
life, like he's a completely different persona.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because he always shows off as the character who's like, "What's the matter? Because I got a gun. Well, here, let me set it down for you. Why don't you try it now?"
Yeah.
And we're all supposed to be like, "Oh no, why would he do that?"
It's not fair, is it?
No.
Let me get on my knees for you. Right? He gets on his knees.
Yeah. That's like I was trying to watch fucking. Do you watch Reacher on Amazon now? Jack Reacher?
I watched that
heard it
first
was
season,
good.
yeah.
It's like fucking everywhere he goes. The guy's like 6'5" and fucking jacked. He looks like a wrestler. But everywhere he goes in this town, somebody wants to fight him. Like, hey, look at this fucking jerk off with the fucking size 16 shoe.
Yeah.
And walks up and he's like, you got a problem, buddy? Watch it. Like, every episode, some fucking guy picks a fight with him. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking believable. I'm sure this would happen.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of short dudes that try to fight tall guys. I've been there.
No one's going to fight this guy.
I mean, I've seen. Yeah,
He
he's
beats
fucking
the shit.
gigantic.
And then my
yeah.
favorite is like 7 guys come after him. He mauls 3 of them, like just snap with their radius and ulna pop out of their compound fracture. And the other 3 guys don't run away. They still try to fight him. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with this shit. They're reaching for the fucking reality of the goddamn thing. Sorry.
Did you see that Chevy Chase interview
No.
Where they were like, they showed him. They were like, "Well, Pete Davidson said that you were like." He said Pete Davidson said something about him, and Chevy Chase was like, "I don't give a shit."
Where was this?
It was on what was it? It was on like ABC or C. It was on like a major news network. Like,
Yeah, I saw a clip of it.
Yeah, and it's just like, and it's so funny because it's like, why the fuck do these shitty reporters try pitting up like people against each other?
Yeah.
Because they get the
And
press.
it's so fucking
It's
annoying.
their job to be fucking scumbags. Like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I mean, the
It
people.
was Chevy Chase. I fucking love him more now. It's, you remember that thing I showed
There's not
you?
many people that are so refreshingly honest about their assholeness. It's kind of nice.
That's him.
At least he's not full of shit.
Shout out to Dusty Miller, one of the listeners. He had this fucking thing where I was saying, I was like, fuck, our listeners and shit, like, they're funny, they're hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
I love and he said, he goes, yeah, they call me, I'm like the office Chevy Chase. And then he wrote under, it's mostly because I'm a fucking asshole. Oh shit, it was hilarious.
I was
But
trying to find it.
What's crazy is, Luke's mannerisms remind me of Chevy Chase. Like his facial expressions.
I posted a picture of him with his glasses on,
does the same thing.
and
And
Chevy
his little
Chase
laugh.
when he's looking at the lights on Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and he looks
He's got
just
like
like
a lot of mannerisms. That's so funny.
Oh, shit.
Like
I'll take it.
subconsciously.
Absolutely. So I gotta ask one more quick question.
Sure.
Stallone, like, you love Stallone. Where did this love with Stallone come from?
Dude, I just liked his movies when I was a kid. Like, again, I watched Rocky in Iran back in there. It was in Persian too. When I first time I watched Rocky,
Can you do Iranian Rocky?
I do that in my act. Yeah, my comedy, right? I mean,
I'll fucking pay to see it.
you haven't seen it? Come to the show. No, he does. I did that Iranian Rocky.
I never heard you do that one. I don't think.
No. It was that whole thing with like I talk about like first time I watched Rocky, he spoke Persian. He was like, Adrian, like it was like that's what he sounded like.
So big
And then-
difference.
And then his wife said the same thing because he was beating her. Sorry.
No, so that's like I grew up watching 70s movies. So my parents got the first VCR, and then that had Betamax for some reason. Well, no, because it was a better quality, I think, actually than VHS. That's what we had over there. So we just rent American movies and watch them. It was awesome.
Where'd you rent them? They have like a Blockbuster. They have like a video rental
Yeah, like a
place.
video rental place. Yeah.
And they let you watch like American movies. Wasn't it
The 70s ones were like kind of like, well, it was kind of like underground a little bit, and then you got Once you got
this
to
is pre-revolution.
No, but after the revolution, the movies were already in circulation because they all been translated. So everything before revolution was translated.
Okay.
That's what they used to call a suicide bomber, a blockbuster.
You know the crazy thing about Iran is though, like it's such a more
Monster Brony?
it's such a more lively place that a lot of countries are actually than the U.S. Like out here, you go out and it's like nothing going on at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday, right? In Iran, you can go like there's places you can go hang out. Like even though alcohol is illegal, you can still go like find places that are packed at midnight on a freaking weeknight, which is crazy.
Hookah and tea. They just chug that shit.
But like they're just hanging out, like doing shit. Like you can go out 1 in the morning, there'll be some place there's people hanging out and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Which you get a lot of like Middle Eastern countries, some like Far East countries, which I've not been to, but I've heard. But like in the U.S., like even in LA, as big a city as it is, you go out on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night at 10 o'clock, it's nothing going on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
interesting.
I heard
It's a
that
side
the
note.
women there are so beautiful they would die for them. Is that true? So no sun in this cursed country.
I find.
No, so yeah, the Stallone thing was Rocky. I love that movie, and then First Blood too. I watched that over there too.
fuck
That was
yeah.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the movie obsession that started back in freaking early '80s, probably.
What's the best one?
I don't. What do you mean as far as the
Of
Stallone movies?
Stallone?
Of, yeah.
Oh,
no,
right.
of the Rockies.
No.
Like my favorite or the best one cinematically? It's two different things, probably.
Good answer. That's true.
Yeah, like cinematically,
Your
probably.
favorite one, because we have you as a guest.
Yeah. Okay, like my favorite one, probably Rocky 4.
Me too.
As everything,
Really?
it's an action movie. Let's be
I love
honest.
Rocky 4.
But it just it moves. I mean, the whole thing with Apollo and then the Durago and
It's
all
cool.
of a
They
sudden
kill one of the main characters. There were stakes involved. You see somebody could die.
he ends the Cold War at the end. I mean, like, come on, dude.
Slow clap. Fucking Khrushchev slow clap.
Khrushchev with
baby.
the Weinstein gets up and
Yeah.
gives him a slow clap. I mean, like,
Good
how can
fucking
you beat
likeness
that?
too. It
Yeah.
looks just like him.
No, it looked just like him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Rocky 4.
That's why Creed 2 was so awesome. I had no idea that Creed 2 was Rocky 4 Part 2. I was like, this is Rocky 4 2. This is fucking amazing. I had no fucking clue.
Did you like the Creed movies?
I tolerated the first one. And the second one was intolerable. I watched it. I finished it
really?
at theater, and I didn't like this. There's a lot of reasons for it, but you liked it. I don't know what could you like about that movie?
I liked the father-son relationship between Drago and the kid. I thought it was cool. It was like two movies from two different perspectives. What
I
happened?
said he's not, but he's like
No.
I've seen him do that at Mike's when he's like, he fucking hates the comic. He's like, and I'm like,
Trying to be
I think
nice.
Cameron's gonna beat the shit out of this person. And he's just like,
Purse the lips, like I'm not going to say anything. I let it go.
you do. You're very good at live and let live. Then you get on stage and it's like you said, so, and then you just attack their fucking.
No, I mean, it's because when you get on stage, sometimes there's that freedom. You can say what you want.
Oh fuck yeah!
And then, you can exaggerate a little bit, but like it's just you say what you want and you feel about, especially about people, right? And it's just great in real life. You just kind of like, hey, how's it going? And, but like get on stage, you're like, this guy's a real piece of shit.
Yep.
Where did comedy come into play for you?
In what sense?
When did you start doing it?
When? I mean, I started late, but I started because I almost, dude. When I was in high school, I used to watch. Was it high school? That evening at the Improv, was it?
Yeah.
With Butt Friedman, remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I kind of started like. I'm like, this is kind of cool. I never did it until like years later, but it was like, man, this is kind of an awesome like art form that we didn't have in Iran or anywhere else in the world actually. Yeah. And I was like, and that was one day in my 30s. I'm like, you know what, dude? If I don't do this, I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
No shit.
And that was a decision. I'm like, if I live to be 90 years old and I look back at my life and I go, I never did stand-up comedy. And like a lot of you guys probably too, I thought the first time you get on stage, you're going to be hilarious and you're going to rock it and crush it because you're a funny person. And then that was, rude awakening. Yeah. But yeah, like, you have some good moments, but
Who was like your heroes? Who was the first comic that you really were fucking crazy about? Did you have one?
Yeah, like I think throughout the, like George Carlin was always throughout the
You look
the
like an
whole
Andy
time.
Kaufman guy. You look like you like Andy Kaufman a lot.
No, it's George Carlin. I like Carlin and Kinnison.
That makes sense.
Kinnison when he does that bit about the I call like the comedy, one of those things. Where were you when you first heard that bit type thing?
Right, yeah.
Like his bit about the Ethiopians. Sent him suitcases. Like I remember that bit to this day. So he sent him suitcases, U-Hauls, like that bit. Like I tell my friends, I go, that you remember where you were when you heard that bit. It was that freaking like iconic to me. Like that was amazing.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Kinnison was great. I feel like all of Kinnison's bits were pretty memorable.
Yeah. He had like
He had about 7 of them.
Has that?
He had about 7 of them. The guy was famous for 1 year, and then he just fucking completely petered out on drugs and shit.
Star life, yeah.
There was a
and
Vegas
Rodney.
performance. He's like drunk and he's just like,
Rodney was
yeah.
famous for a while.
No, but I mean, like him and Rodney partied too hard together.
Oh,
Like that's like the tour.
Oh, did you? Rodney kept under control somehow.
What are you talking about?
Rodney
Rodney didn't even
Dangerfield?
drink. He was a fucking smoked
Yeah,
weed.
he smoked weed.
I didn't
Rodney
know that.
Dangerfield.
Really?
He drank, but he wasn't like a drunk. He wasn't a crazy out of control partier.
I'm pretty sure he was ripping coke all the time.
I don't know.
No, I never that it
And
was
he
like a
still
problem.
doing stand-up in his later years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's all. I
That's
thought he
maybe
was-
you're right. That's news to me. I never heard that he was like a hard partier. I mean, I think
Rodney's
he
interesting
fucked
though.
around,
He
but-
like left comedy for like a long time. Then he came back in his late 40s.
What was his name? Jerry.
Jack Cohen, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Jack Roy. Jack
Jack
Cohn.
Roy.
Yeah. That's
I
what
mean,
it was.
his stage name. You mean?
Yeah,
Or his
it's
his
Jack
real
Roy,
name,
but I
yeah.
think his real name is Jack Roy Cohn.
Yeah, they said he had severe drug problems.
He did.
Rodney?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but he didn't stop doing stand-up. That's what he was saying.
No. Oh, no. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that caught up to it. Like
I don't know.
No,
that.
because he blew up like back to school. That's when that
Yeah.
blew up
No,
his
before
career.
that,
Then it
because
was-
Caddyshack
Well,
was like
Caddyshack, but then
80.
Yeah.
Caddyshack was like 80, but then I think Back to School
Back School was
was
like 86.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big one I think for him.
Yeah.
For
My
Kinnison
favorite.
too. Kinnison, that one scene Kinnison has
Oh
in
my
Back to
God.
School was
So
what
that's my
just
favorite fucking thing.
Syed.
Is she right?
I knew him from fucking Ladybugs,
Yeah.
where he was the dirty old man that was dressing up as a stepson.
Oh, Dangerfield's movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he wanted to, and everything was just set up to fucking be a Rodney bit.
Oh yeah.
Where remember that old lady? She's trying to get into the bathroom, and his kid's dressing like a fucking woman. He goes, "Oh, lady, you don't want to go in there. That's the men's room." And he covers up the women.
Oh,
He's like, you don't want to go there. That's the men's room. And she goes, "Oh my God!" And she's like walking into the men's room. I almost went into the men's room. She goes in here. Oh!
The bartender scene when he confesses. 'Cause, buddy, I'm a bartender. There's nothing you can tell me I haven't heard.
What's troubling you, buddy? And he's like, well, I took my fiance's son and I dressed him up like a girl and I forced him to play with me. And the next scene, he's like getting thrown out. He goes, get the hell out of here, buddy. We don't want your kind here.
Sicko. Yeah. Did you see Meet Wally Sparks? That was good.
Fucking love
Yeah,
Meet
I like
Wally
that movie
Sparks.
too. It's like, what is?
saw that.
Oh, I fucking loved it.
Put it on the list. I mean, if you like Rodney,
Yeah, I fucking love Rodney. He's my hero.
You remember he gets to the governor's ball and there's all these hoity-toity people. He's wearing this loud ass jacket, like it's all red. It's got like it's basically something you guys would wear, like.
Okay.
And he's like, they're like talking about something and they make some stupid joke and Rodney's got his drink. Goes, hey, you're from Canada. I hear they have sex doggy style, so they can both watch a hockey game. And everybody's like,
Oh,
he fucking walks away from him and he's like, okay, okay.
they started a country. Nobody showed up. Like, it's so great.
Oh,
And then
shit.
Michael Bolton is a cameo in it because he's he's actually a fan of Rodney. So
Everybody loves him.
he does an impression of Rodney. It's one of his jokes in the movie.
I used to have this.
I told you that I was going to take a shower and then I'd meet you somewhere. And you sent me that picture of Rodney from Natural Born Killers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then what's it saying?
He's like, I'm going to come up and check how clean you are. You do a good job. Really, really skeeved Eric out.
Couldn't stop laughing. I just, and
You're like, oh, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Going to take a shower. I asked you to come in. Yeah.
then he sent me the picture of Rodney.
It was so busy, too, and I stopped for like a minute and a half just to find that.
He pulled to the side of
All
the
these people
freeway.
need shit. I'm like, hang on a second. Hang on.
I got to scroll
Yeah, pull
through
over, yeah.
images.
What does he say?
He's like, make sure you do a good job. I'm going to come up there and check out how clean you are.
It was
So
so
fucking dirty.
fucking creepy. I was
love
laughing
that
about
life.
all the way home.
He was pulled over on the 405.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Well, Cam, thank you for coming on, man. I wanted to get you on for a while now. Thank you for
Thanks,
actually
dude.
doing it,
Oh, it was
buddy.
fun.
And thanks for putting up with all of our bullshit and being our friend.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
So, one more time, your social media, buddy.
At Cameron Scorpio on Instagram, and then it's Cameron Moffid Comedy on YouTube.
Sweetness. To my left.
At Mitchell Verzi, at Verzi Triplets on all the platforms. That's it.
To my far left.
At Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram, live from the 405 podcast. Getting a lot of bleed over audience, as they call it. I'm thinking.
From where?
I think people listen to this show and then go listen to mine after if they can bear an hour and a half to 2 hours of me. The last one was pretty good. My Montana trip had a lot of... Nothing went right on this fucking trip. I was there for 3 days, and it was one fucking disaster after a goddamn another. So if you want to hear about that, go check out that last episode. It was 2 fucking hours long.
Oh, God.
2 hours.
What did Dan say about your live from the 405?
Oh, he's like, what's that? When you drive around in your car and do your podcast from your car? And I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I want to listen to that. And I was like, you called it. You're not wrong.
Oh,
Your
shit.
dad said that?
No, Dan.
Oh, Dan.
One of the guests.
Yeah.
His dad probably said the same
Yeah,
thing. Anyways, Hard Lemonade, March 4th.
Hard
Check
Lemonade.
it out. It's going to be fucking awesome. Roosevelt Hotel. More details to come. Thank you guys so much.
Goodbye, shitheads.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling.